Hello everyone, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life 100%, coming to you doing a daily tarot spread for this collective energy reading to help us on our sacred path, to uplift and inspire and empower us on our sacred path. I've already cleansed and blessed this energy for this reading with my sage, and I've got a candle lit here for extra light. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this sacred message. I hope that you find it helpful and inspiring. If you do, hit that thumbs up button, put some comments in the comments section, subscribe to the channel if you like, and I hope that you find it helpful. So thank you for tuning in. So I'm going to start out with Lantern Oracle for the beginning of this reading to help us use our Lantern of Wisdom to enlighten and empower our path. So I just saw Spirit Self and Coming Home. So after some broken dreams is what I just saw. After some broken dreams, you may be coming home to your spirit self. You may be repairing relationships in your life, making amends rather than fun times. Reveals a relationship's true constitution. So you may have had some broken dreams that you needed to repair with some relationships in your life. And women supporting women throughout these broken dreams and repairing these relationships. And you were born enough. Women supporting women. So that's 2220. So that may be a synchronicity for somebody. So thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know most? Okay, wow, that one really flew out. So you may be feeling a presence of an absence. You may be missing someone, a partner, a child, a friend, companion. Hold whatever is absent in the presence of your love. So like I said yesterday, this one came out yesterday too, so you may be feeling an absence. It may be making you feel lonely. You may be grieving. So hold whatever you're missing in your heart, in that heart space. I've had to do that during this healing journey myself. So thank you, Spirit. What else does this collective need to know? What else does this collective need to know at this time, Spirit? Okay, thank you. So you have to take accountability for the reason why there is a presence of an absence. So you may have had something to do with this absence, and you have to take accountability for that. And hold whatever you're missing in your heart. So you take accountability for the absence of this person that you are missing. It's accountability is your responsibility. It's a gift of love to yourself and others. So you have to take accountability for your actions, the part that you played in whatever brought about this absence. So that's a good reminder for us today, that that's just part of our responsibility of holding ourselves accountable, and that is radical self-love is what's going to hold the foundation of this up. We can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. So this is 41, which adds up to a 5, which is a change. So you may just now be accessing radical self-love This may be something new, a new foundation that you're building your life upon. You may have never loved yourself this much before, or in this way. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So, presence of absence. Hold what is absence in the presence of your love. It is easy to fill our thoughts with the loss of loved ones, missed opportunities, and regrets. Our hearts can become so overwhelmed with what is no longer or never has been part of our life that we lose sight of our present. This can be especially so with regrets around the things that we did not say, try, or do. All that we can ever change about our regrets is what we do with our grief in the present. Loss is a kind of death. When we lose or do not attain something we deeply value, something of ourselves dies or remains absent along with it. At some point, we have to learn to live on, and find ways to genuinely fulfill our present without this cherished person, place, attainment, or situation. The empty space where we still love had been or would be can be painful to confront. When we either fill the empty space with who and what is absent, like the crone who sets the dinner table with photos and became absent ourselves, or we can find a way to breathe ourselves back into life rather than miss the opportunity to live. We can honor and acknowledge what haunts us with gratitude for whatever was and is no longer, or was not and may never be. We can use whatever was or was not to enrich how we approach loving each moment to the fullest. The absence of a lesson for us. This absence has a lesson for us. It would not have made up part of our path if it did not. It is up to us to uncover the insight and use it harmoniously. So this crone's message is true loss and absence are when you lose all of yourself to the past too. So during this time, focus on your breath. Have your eyes closed and hold your left hand on your heart. The need to cry may arise during this visualization. If so, good. To cry when we need to is always a good and healthy thing. Allow the tears to flow for however long and however hard they need to. This is the body, mind, and emotions way of relieving, cleansing, and healing. Have a plush toy or pillow to hug. It can be soothing if no one safe is around. Although it might not feel like it at first, trust that there will be an end to your tears if you allow them all to come out. This is the same with grief. So there is different stages to grief. So if you are going through this, you have to take accountability for your feelings, actions that may have caused this absence. So thank you, Spirit, for that message, and we will continue to focus on radical self-love as we go through this change. Cry if we need to cry. It's part of the stages of grief and part of your healing process. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages, and thank you for our gifts. Thank you for giving us the strength to hold ourselves accountable as part of our responsibility and part of our self-love. What do we need to know? What does this collective need to know most from Lightworker Oracle as we continue to illuminate the shadows on our path with our Lantern of Wisdom, holding ourselves accountable during this presence of an absence, and holding ourselves in self-love. Thank you for these messages, and thank you for our gifts. Okay, thank you. So this is back again today, so this must be pretty important. You may be going through this alchemical change, these body changes. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. You may be receiving more light spiritual downloads from the divine. You're being touched by this angel as you look up to spirit, and you carry this light of wisdom. She's downloading wisdom, imparting wisdom onto you to carry forth on the rest of your sacred path. She's embracing you and touching you with a second ray of wisdom. And this is 31, which adds up to a 4, which is a strong spiritual foundation that this wisdom that's being imparted on you will help you have a stronger, sturdy spiritual foundation that's based in wisdom. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Number 44 is what's holding this up. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So these are kind of like you're all balled up in a fetal position. You just begin to start flying, and yay, victory! You know, you're bearing your chest to the divine because you're connecting with your 7th ray of ritual and order and ceremony. However you may be doing the ceremonies and rituals, whatever rituals you participate in that work for you, in order to go through these changes, in order to accept this wisdom that's being imparted on you, which is part of this strong spiritual foundation that's based on wisdom, holding yourself accountable, self-love, during whatever presence there may be of an absence. So radical self-love and continuing to focus on your rituals, orders, and ceremonies, however those may be. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What do we got? 12 minutes. Okay. The second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. So if you want to receive this ray of light, you can say this with me. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the second ray of wisdom in my life. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, I open my heart with joy to the magnetic and creative field of attraction. I gratefully open up to abundance in all ways with trust, wisdom, and serenity. The universe provides all that I want and need with grace, love, and perfect timing. Thank you, universe. I call on the loving assistance of the guidance I call on the loving assistance of genuine ascended masters known as Buddha in all aspects of this process so that all beings can receive the loving benefit of this spiritual gift according to divine compassion. Through divine grace, so be it. So thank you, Spirit, for that message, and thank you for our gifts as we continue to go out. I'm going to get a final message from the Kuan Yin Oracle. Veil of Shadows and Princess of the Autumn Harvest. Thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know most from Kuan Yin? Okay, whoa, thank you. Immortal Treasures. So this is a beautiful card. Within you are precious immortal treasures, gifts of your soul, which include the ability that you have to transmit healing. Honor yourself as a healer. Whether formally or informally, your soul brings a special healing light to humanity. You have divine support in your role